Alright, welcome back to another Kaz PhD video, or Embrace Destiny video if you're over on YouTube. We are standing here on the Dreadnaught orbiting Saturn, and yeah, just a couple of quick updates I wanted to make. We're getting more and more news about Destiny 2 coming out, and a few new things have happened to me in this game, so yeah, just wanted to get into it. First, you may notice that I'm wielding a new pulse rifle here, the Smite of Moraine. For those of you who are familiar with it, it's a taken weapon. Oh, getting shot at here. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, it's a taken weapon, which I actually acquired by finally finishing King's Fall. So the King's Fall raid is the second last raid in Destiny, and I've had 2 pages of quests for the longest time trying to finish that raid, and it's been mostly difficult just because my regular team, it's really hard to get all of us together for the time needed to actually finish a raid. And over the past couple of weeks I've been trying to finish it with, you know, random strangers you meet online, and well, you can imagine how well that would go. So yeah, it's been a long run. I finally have finished every single thing, every single kind of story related thing in Destiny. The only thing I didn't get a chance to really do, I mean, I still have some quests and stuff to work on, but the only thing I didn't really get a chance to do was go to the lighthouse with the Trials of Osiris. But I don't really feel too bad about that. I mean, it would have been nice, but it's quite a difficult achievement, so... Where is this box, I wonder? Is it inside? Yeah, so currently I am just running around the Dreadnaught trying to find some... Oh, there we go. Trying to find some hadium flakes that I can use to... I think I'm working toward the Touch of Malice quest is basically what I'm doing. So, some news came out regarding Destiny 2, mostly in terms of gameplay and mechanics, stuff like that. I hear there's a lot of, there's some story elements that are being kind of shared at Gamescom in Germany, but I didn't attend. It's a little too far away. Ironically, I'm a lot closer than most people I know, but it's still just outside of my reach, and that's fine. As excited as I am for Destiny 2 and for news about Destiny 2, I'm really just kind of holding back on learning everything about it because I want to be surprised come September 6th. So, but there are some things that I can talk about that you may have seen or may not, and I think they're pretty great. Most of the stuff we've seen pertains to kind of the patrol, the PvE element of the game. You may have seen Bungie's video. If you haven't seen it yet, I would definitely check it out. Bungie released a video today that looked at the European Dead Zone. It looked at patrols and adventures and lost sectors and stuff like that. And most of what I'm talking about here relates to that, so feel free to check it out and, you know, let me know what you think. I'm pretty excited about it. I posted a couple of videos here a while back, my thoughts on the patrols and the mostly on the patrolling of Destiny. You know, as fun as it was, it gets a little repetitive, and I'm sure we can all agree on that. But it looks like they're really focusing on trying to make the trying to make it so that you have more things to do, and trying to make it so that you're actually invested in doing these things. So what am I talking about? Well, the first is, you've probably heard about the lost sectors and the adventures. The lost sectors are basically dungeons that you're going to be able to explore, and you'll acquire loot at the end of them. Not exactly sure how much story we're going to get out of that, but it's cool that, you know, there are a lot of places in Destiny that are, hold on, that are interesting and you go to for various missions and such, but I find that you rarely ever have the need to go back there. I mean, even take the Dreadnaught, for example. If I wasn't, I was in here. That's probably that chest that I don't need. Yeah. Yep. That's fine. I gotta get out of here. There we go. yeah, if it wasn't for the Court of Oryx and kind of the starting area and then running into the ship, the Cabal ship, how much of the Dreadnaught do the rest of us really explore? Now maybe we won't have any need to explore the... is that room? Where is that? Maybe we won't have the need to explore a lost sector after we've explored it the first time, but it's an effort. It's something. So that's going to be exciting. The adventures look to be a lot better. This wasn't here before. There we go. The adventures look to be a lot better at delivering the story content of the game, which is really cool. So, kind of a complaint I've made before was that all the story of the game of Destiny, there's some in the actual missions, but most of it was tucked away in little cards that you couldn't read except online. So they're doing away with that. Not even sure if there's going to be lore or grimoire or anything attached. A lot of the Destiny YouTube and streaming community is a little bit upset about this because they spent the last few years delving into the secrets of Destiny, and now they're not exactly sure how they're going to be able to continue to deliver their content. So we'll have to see. But the adventures, they look to be a way to solidly deliver story. So we meet an NPC, we meet a character in the cutscene and stuff that Bungie shared and showed. And he seems to be some kind of a scout working for the farm and protecting, humanity from the fallen. And he leads you, on an adventure. He leads you from mission to mission, quest to quest, and through it all, you're not only, fighting bad guys and discovering loot, but he's telling you a little bit more about the places you've been and about the people around it. There's a really cool scene in the video where you come across this. You come across this ship, kind of like this, let's say, and your ghost says something, and then the scout says there's a flag on the ship, and that it's likely a fallen, the fallen have left their flag on the ship to kind of try and intimidate you away from that area. And I think that's brilliant. I think it's great that you get kind of those insights as to what's going on, because a lot of these places in Destiny, they just appear abandoned, unused. You're supposed to get the hint that either they've been destroyed and nobody uses them anymore, or that I don't know. You get there and there's some enemies and you clear them out, and it's like, okay, what is this place? Why does it matter? So hopefully we're gonna get that in. Hopefully we're gonna get that in the game. Looks like that they're gonna deliver kind of the backstory through the adventures. Another interesting thing is that it seems like we are going to be kind of forced to play the story first. A lot of the details that are coming out seem to suggest that we're going to have to play through the story, and then that will, after we play through the story, we'll then have access to the adventures and to lost sectors and things like this. I think that's really interesting if that's the case, and I think it's a good idea. Recently, a friend of mine got Destiny, and he has been enjoying it, but he's been kind of struggling to figure out what do I need to do now? What mission do I need to do? And Destiny had this problem a lot, where there wasn't exactly clear what your next step was. And I've said it before, I think this is part of their idea to keep Destiny as kind of open-ended and focused on exploration as much as possible, but there was no motivation, so it just kind of ended up having people literally get lost. So it seems we might have to be forced to play the story first, which I think is fine. The story seems to be more engaging this time, so I have no problem to focusing on that first. And then it seems after we do that, we will get a chance to hold on. We'll get a chance to explore everything. So maybe we go through the story, we track down the Cabal, and then we get to a point where we... oh, this is going to hurt. Oh, why did I do that? If you try to melee and punch at the same time, if you try to melee and throw a grenade at the same time, you end up doing that. But that's fine. I lost my train of thought there, dealing with these. Kalulu? I've never seen that name before. I rarely explore this part of the Dreadnaught, because I don't need to. Hence the point I was making earlier. Yeah, so anyway, that's a quick wrap up. Sorry about the kind of delayed reaction there. I was just getting my train of thoughts. So yeah, Destiny 2 is coming out in 2 weeks. I finally finished all of the story mode, all of the raids. I've got a couple of friends who haven't finished the raids yet, so we're gonna do that. I'll probably actually. A lot of people are wondering whether or not we're gonna actually come back to Destiny, and I think the answer is yes. I think it's going to take a while. I mean, I get really involved with Destiny, and if I get half as involved with Destiny 2 as I do with Destiny 1, it's going to be difficult to tear me away from it, actually. But I think for the first long while, maybe a couple of months, I'm going to be solidly invested in Destiny 2, and depending on the cadence of the release of new content, I may end up coming back to Destiny 1. Like I said, I've got a friend who hasn't beaten it yet, so we're going to want to do that. And maybe even, explore the sectors. I play through the story, and maybe we want to come back here and do the raids. The Destiny 1, where am I going here? Okay. Destiny 1's raids came out about a week after the game came out, and then it took a while for the next one and the next one. So maybe if we play through fast enough, maybe we'll want to come back to Destiny 2 for, just to complete the raids together as a fire team. Anyway, I'm going to finish the broadcast here, and then I'm going to open it up probably to just some casual streaming as I run around the Dreadnaught trying to find these stupid Hadium flakes. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. If you are going to be playing Destiny 2, if you're excited about it, if you're not, what you liked about the beta, if you had a chance to play, what things you're kind of worried about. And yeah, feel free to like and subscribe if you like. I just went in a big circle. That's horrible. What an entertaining video I'm making. But yeah, feel free to like and subscribe if you so wish. And I hope to see you guys out there. And thank you very much for watching. Bye now.